what is up? So I'm doing another live today. I want to make sure I'm wearing a tube top. So thank you guys so much for joining and coming in. I kind of just want to go through a couple things. This is more of like a life update. So I want to talk about things that are going on. And then I have some questions from you guys too that I want to answer. So that's how today is going to go. So let me quickly just start with a quick life update because I feel like I've been MIA and I have a lot of things that I am working on and doing. So, okay, let's just get into it. So for starters, I am starting a blog. I'm super nervous because I don't know the blog world at all, but I thought it'd be a really good outlet to just start more conversations with you guys. So that is coming June 1st. It's just going to be a mishmash full of stuff. I just want it to be kind of a place where we can start conversations and continue like growing as a community. Hey, Megan! Oh, yay! I know, I'm excited too. I feel like I'll definitely come to you for help because I need it. So yeah, I'm super duper excited to be starting a blog. I don't want it to take away from my channel at all. I still want to do a lot of videos too, but I just want it for an outlet to chat with you guys and start discussions. And let's see, another thing is I'm going to try to be doing 2 videos a week. So videos will be coming every Monday and every Friday. And whether one of those videos is a live, that will like differentiate. But like definitely, if you follow me on Instagram, I will keep you guys posted on that. But definitely 2 videos a week. So if you guys have any suggestions or any type of videos you want to let me know, I'm making like lists because I feel like the best feedback is from you guys. So I don't know like everything that you guys want to see, but I do know some of it. A lot of it has to do with Seattle. So yeah, that's going to be coming up too. Let's see. Hey, Maverick, what's up? I feel like I should just jump on here real quick. Hey, people. And then lastly, before I get into questions, I just want to say that I feel very honored, but I am going to be an influencer at the SIFF. If you're not familiar with the SIFF, it is the Seattle International Film Festival. I'm so excited. It's an amazing event. It's so cool because they play over 400 films. They're known for having like the longest film festival, I think, in the US. It lasts for a month and you can go Monday through Sunday and go watch movies. And I think today I'm getting like a discount code. So if anybody wants to buy tickets, like definitely do that. It can be so much fun because they always have like after parties too, which is super cool. And it's also a really great place to network and to meet directors of films and to meet actors of films. So it's going to be so much fun. I hope to see some of you guys there because it would be like a dream to just get a group of us and go see a movie together and then like go party afterwards. So definitely DM me if you want more information about that, but I'm so excited. The event starts on May 17th. Yeah, it starts on May 17th. There's like a red carpet thing and there's a showing of a movie called The Bookshop. So it should be a good time. But after that, I think they're just going to start like playing movies like all the time. So if you want to see any of the movies, definitely go to their website. I think it's like siff.com or something. I'll like link that in the description, but it'll be super fun and I hope to see some of you guys there. Okay, so done with that. I'm going to start to answer some of you guys' questions. I'm only on here for about a half hour, so we'll see how many we can get through. I'm seeing like the ex-ambassadors tonight. I don't really listen to them too often, but what I know is pretty good, so I'm kind of excited to do that. So that's why I can only stay on so long. Okay, I got a couple DMs, but I'll start with the picture. Okay, so the Ivory Fawn asks best areas for Seattle for parking, though I'm not sure if it usually matters. So parking can be kind of tricky in Seattle. It can be very expensive, but at the same time, if you live in like a neighborhood, it's not too bad. You can find a lot of like off-street parking and neighborhood parking that's free. The only thing with that is that you have to just kind of look at signs and see like, okay, is this like a no parking zone or is this a load zone? Because you can definitely get a ticket. And you also, like, I just didn't know this because I used to live in Wisconsin and Minnesota. Like, you can't park in front of fire hydrants, which is like duh to a lot of people, but like if you park in front of a fire hydrant, you will like for sure get a ticket because there's like a fire hydrant right outside our house. And I swear to God, people park there all the time. And every single time, like it could be 5 minutes or 2 minutes, like they get a ticket. So do not park in front of fire hydrants. But as far as parking goes, it's really not as bad, I feel like, as people think. But if you live in like a high-rise apartment or just really like downtown, then parking is going to be like extremely, extremely expensive. Okay. Hello, King Lions. Liz, hello. I would like to know if it's true that it rains a lot in Seattle. It does rain a ton in Seattle. It's definitely not a myth that it rains a lot, but it doesn't rain hard. Like I feel like when people hear that it rains, they just automatically assume that it's like hard rain, but it's like very light rain. So it definitely rains a lot, but it's not hard rain. Like yesterday, for example, it was so nice out, and by like 6 o'clock, it just started to rain, and I'm like, what? Like it was beautiful today, but then like a rainbow came afterwards, so it was good. But it rains. You really never know when it's gonna rain. Like it probably is gonna. Okay, is the Seattle freeze, is that a myth? It's definitely not a myth. I made a video about it. And I'm actually going to be making a couple more videos about it because it's such a hot topic, I feel like. And there's just a lot to say on the fact. And living in Seattle for almost 2 years, as of recently, I have gotten like ghosted by a friend. So I feel like I have some stories and like a better perspective on what the Seattle freeze is now that I've like been here a little bit longer. Oh, thanks, Sky. Hi, I'm so glad you could make it. I feel bad because I was supposed to do this yesterday and it just got really crazy, so I couldn't get on here, but I'm glad to be on here today. The SeaTac area is a good area. Is the SeaTac area a good area to move? So it's super close to the airport, and you're super close to. I should ask if everybody can hear me. Can everyone hear me? And it's super close to the light rail and the airport, and you're close to Tukwila as well. Thank you, Sky. But I don't like the south area to live in. Like I lived in Tukwila when I first moved here, and Tukwila is right by SeaTac. Like it's like literally 5 minutes away. And I didn't love it over there. It's definitely not the worst place. It's not as like city life type situation, but if you're gonna move there and you're just like, I want to have a good time and I want to move there, it's probably not like the funnest place to move. But I mean, you could be in a worse area too. But I'm not a huge fan of the south area. Capitol Hill is the area to be, especially like I get like if you're older, you might not want to live in Capitol Hill because it's maybe just too loud. I don't know, but Capitol Hill's a blast, and you can do so much at Capitol Hill. So I'm a huge fan. Jordan, hey Jordan, have you been to Tacoma? If so, what are some of your favorite places? I've only been to Tacoma, let's see, maybe twice. Yeah, I've only been there twice, so I really need to go back and kind of check it out. It's super cute. It reminds me of Seattle, but like a smaller, like much more quiet Seattle. And I feel like they also have a really huge, like the Tacoma Dome, they have a huge music venue over there. So I know a lot of people come there. Lady Gaga was there. But I need to explore Tacoma a little bit more because I think it's going to be definitely like an up and coming city. It's just not super duper close to Seattle. Like it isn't. So I don't get over there as much as I probably should. What do you think of other major cities? New York, LA, Miami. I love other cities. I haven't traveled too often. Like I have never been to New York, and I was probably in Miami when I was really young. I do like LA. LA was a place that Gus and I were thinking of moving, but to be honest, I'm so glad that I didn't move to LA. Like LA is just not for me. I've been there several times and it's great to visit. Like I love LA. I have friends that live there, but like I don't think I could ever live there. It's not my vibe, but LA is cool. Would you start talking about politics on this channel? Yes. So that's coming up. I'm like scared to talk about politics, but I have so much to say about it. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know how annoying I can be about politics. Politics, it's such a new thing to me. I grew up in a household where politics weren't ever talked about. So I'm learning a bunch about politics, and I definitely want to bring it in on this channel because even though like politics is like, ugh, like nobody wants to talk about politics, like right now it's something that like needs to be discussed. Like I used to be so against politics and like don't talk to me about politics, I don't want to hear it, but it's something that like needs to be talked about. So yes, Stefan, I will be talking about politics. Sorry, I get like, yes, I'm talking about them. I get so excited because I want to talk about it and I want to learn and I want to like just have a community where we can chit chat about it because it's important. I currently live in New York. It's super expensive to the 10th power. I hear New York is so expensive. I think it would be amazing to go there. And like, I've never been to New York, but everybody that I've met that lives here and they tell me they're from New York, they're like, oh, like rent here is nothing compared to New York. So sometimes I'm like, I can't even complain because New York, even LA, like they're so much more expensive than Seattle, even though I'm like, Seattle's so expensive compared to New York. It's not. Ooh, we got some people that live in Miami. Okay, let me go back to Instagram. I got some more questions. Okay. What's the number 1 and number 2 dishes in Seattle? Ooh. Favorite places to eat. So tomorrow I have a new video coming out and it's on tomorrow or Tuesday. I haven't decided when I'm going to post it, but it's all about my very favorite vegan food in Seattle. I feel like that's just such a requested video, so I will for sure be talking about some of those. But I guess some of my favorite places, I really love Cactus. It's so good. It's Mexican food, and it's not a vegan restaurant, but they can cater to vegan and make certain dishes into vegan ones, and it's so yummy. It's perfect for the summer. They have amazing drinks and just really, really good chips and salsa. So Cactus for sure. And my number 2, honestly, I'm like embarrassed to even say this, but probably Veggie Grill. I love Veggie Grill like so much. Where I come from, like back home in Wisconsin and stuff, like we don't have anything like a Veggie Grill. And if you're not familiar with what that is, it's basically like a fast food, like gourmet, okay, gourmet fast food, vegan food. It's so good. It's so yummy. It's so addicting. It's probably not like super duper healthy for you, but I hit Veggie Grill a lot. But so yeah, probably Veggie Grill. Okay. Favorite vegan restaurants, that is coming tomorrow or Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. I have I like a whole list of those, so that's like I'm excited for that video. How's the humidity in Seattle? Today it's so beautiful out. It's warm, it's sunny, it's great. What is your favorite movie? Okay, my favorite movie, I don't have a favorite movie. Well, at the moment, I feel like my favorite movie always changes. It's Call Me By Your Name. I feel like I've just been on that movie since it came out, honestly. It's such an incredible movie. I printed out the screenplay. I think Timothée Chalamet is such a cutie, and it's just one of the most beautiful that's even a word, movies I've ever seen. So it's near perfection. So Call Me By Your Name. Let's see. Hi, Rachel. Nope, that was somebody else. Okay. Do you recommend having a car in Seattle, or is the walking and public transportation just fine? I'm moving there in August, and I'm stressing about that big time. I feel like I get like stage fright in front of you guys. Like I'm like stuttering like a madman. Okay. I feel like I always talk about car situations. I'm going to make another video on this because people ask this question all the time. Honestly, no. I don't recommend people having a car. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I just went through like hell to get my car tabs. They were so expensive, and every year they up them so much money. Like I feel like I paid more for my car tabs than my car is even worth. So at this point in life, no, it's not. It's definitely not necessary to have a car if you live in Seattle because public transportation is pretty damn good. But it's nice having a car because Seattle's a beautiful, beautiful state, and if you wanna go for hikes and stuff, it's just convenient and it's nice to have a car. So, honestly, it's up to you guys if you want a car or not, but it's not necessary. You don't, like, absolutely need it. Okay, let me jump back on here. Okay, what's going on? Would you settle down with a family in Seattle or would you wanna do it somewhere else? Really good question. Um, mm, I I don't know. This is a tough one because I've never seen myself, like, with a family. Like, I don't see myself having kids, and I don't see myself with a significant other at the moment. So, that's just it's so far in the future, but it's a good place to settle down, I suppose. Like, it's not a terrible place. It's expensive, and if you wanna buy a house here, it's very expensive, but, it's a beautiful place to live, and probably I would say, yeah, I could settle down with a family maybe. Maybe here. Okay, Taylor Harris. Hello. Yes, can't wait for your vegan video. And will you have to try those? And we'll have to try those places. Yay! Okay, I'm so excited. I'm glad that some of you guys are liking like the vegan stuff because I don't do a lot of vegan stuff on this channel. So I'm excited to post that video. Holly, I remember when I first started watching on here, and I believe you said you didn't drink. What changed? Super good question. It is a little personal, but I hadn't drank for like 3 years. I think I stopped drinking alcohol for 3 years, and basically what happened is I was really craving wine. If there's one thing that I missed from not drinking, it was wine. So I kind of just drank some wine, and I've kind of just been kind of. I've been reintroducing alcohol back into my life, and it was a great break, and I needed it. I needed to reflect on things I had done in the past, but yeah, I'm back to drinking. I'm enjoying it, and I don't know. I feel like I'm more responsible than I once was, so it's going good. Maybe like a video on that someday, but not right now. It's a little personal. Um, let's see. I remember when okay, so I read that one. Have you ever flown on Alaska Airlines? And if so, what's your experience? Yes, I have flown on Alaska Airlines. I've always had a really good experience with Alaska, and if you know anything about Seattle, like Alaska Airlines takes over that airport. Um, and yeah, I've never had a bad experience. I do really love Delta. Like Delta, I feel like I always get to watch a movie when I go to Delta. So that is super nice and super fun, and I love Delta for that. Although, let's see, although you've talked about politics in time, I've got another question. Is it okay being a libertarian Republican and or objectivist in Seattle? You can be whatever you want in Seattle. Um, I don't know if I have the obligation, if I can tell anybody they can't be anything. You can do anything you want in Seattle, within reason, and just honestly just be respectful of other people. And you know, I think people get it mixed up when they automatically think, oh, Republicans are terrible people, oh, Democrats are terrible people, whatever. But like at the end of the day, you just got to be a good person, like show a little compassion and empathy for like what other people go through, you know? So yeah, you can be whatever you want. Just be respectful and you know, empathetic towards others. Holly, I'd love if you posted more about veganism in general. I want to get educated on it and make some life changes. Yes, okay, well then maybe I will because it's been such a learning curve for me because I grew up in a family that did not eat a lot of vegetables. From the Midwest, beer, meat, and cheese is like the main thing in people's diets. So, yeah, okay, I could probably bring veganism definitely more into my channel because it's something that I live with on the daily, and I'm vegan. So, yeah, okay, cool. Thanks, Holly. Would Seattle be a great place to live for a hairstylist? Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. So there's a ton of hairstylists in Seattle, but I feel like the thing with hairstylists, and there's a bunch of great places, um, people are very into like Instagram hairstyles, like hairstylist things. Like they want like pictures, they have like ring lights, they have cool like backdrops, like all that stuff. Like the hairstylists here are no joke. To name a few, I always go to Industry Salon. They have a really beautiful page and a lot of really, really talented hair designers. And what else? Well, there's a couple other ones. There's one called oh, it's in Bremerton. What is that called? They just started. Let me look it up. It's really nice though. I actually know the people, like the owner. She's super sweet. And they do really, really cool work, like a lot of color work, like pinks and stuff. It's called Base. Yeah, it's called Base. And they're in Bremerton. But yeah, I think this would be a really fantastic place for a hair stylist. Is Seattle safe to live in? Yes and no. I mean, it's a city, so you know, it's safe in some places and it's a little bit more risky in other places. It's not the worst place to live. I'm definitely going to be doing a video on this, so more information on that to come, because honestly, you guys, I don't know a ton of stats on the safety of Seattle, but a lot of people they ask me about it. So that is something I'm going to learn more about and make a video on, because honestly, like I want to know if it's safe too, because I walk these streets every single day. So there's a video coming on that. Jordan, what are the best ways to meet friends in Seattle? Super good question. I feel like I'm still trying to figure that out. A lot of you guys know I don't have like a huge core group of friends here. I'm just kind of like a solo rider, and I'm good with that. Like I don't need a ton of friends, but I feel like the best way to make friends is honestly just getting out, like doing something. And whether that's going to the bars or going to a baseball game or a soccer game or a concert, like that's where you meet people. People in Seattle are super nice, and you know, you can just you can be ballsy and just kind of turn and talk to people, or there might be people that talk to you too. And I totally get that, like especially as like a young as a female, it can be kind of intimidating and scary to do that, but it's a great place. Just be in a room full of people. Don't seclude yourself, but like be in a group of people and kind of just put yourself out there, which is super scary, I know, but the more you do, the more people you meet, the more faces you see. And even if you're like going to a coffee shop, like go to a coffee shop, somebody might talk to you. You never know. So definitely get out of your room. Don't stay in your apartment. Go do something. Like get out of your comfort zone. So that's, yeah. It's hard though. Seattle's a tricky one to make friends with. You're welcome, Megan. Hello, I pick you. That's a fun name. Okay, how do you, Shiba, how do you stay upbeat and motivated when living in Seattle, since most of the year it's rainy and gloomy? Super good question. I feel, how many times have I said that? I've said that a lot. How do I stay upbeat and happy? I don't have a huge issue with the gloom. I actually kind of really love it, but I try to work out a little bit. I don't like working out, but when I work out, I feel good. Like I feel happier. So I try to work out. I try to, what else do I do? I try to get out. Like in the wintertime, it can be really hard to do that because it's so dark out. You get off work at 5. I get off work at 5. And it's pitch black out, which sucks. So like I have to like force myself to do something, like go out, go see a movie, or go to dinner. Like I have to just do something. Otherwise, like I just hibernate until the next morning, and it kind of sucks. But yeah, I don't have too big of an issue with the rain. I know a lot of people in Seattle have happy lights, which is just like a light that, you know, gets you some vitamin D and makes you a little bit happier. Let's see. I've been here almost a year and really haven't made many friends. It is so hard, right, Sky? And I feel like I want to meet up with so many of you too. And it's just been tricky because my schedule's so busy. Everybody has a different schedule, right? So it's super tricky to make friends. It sucks. Maverick, I'm sorry, Rachel. It is your opinion. It is your opinion that the C-Tech area is not good area. Correct. It's not my favorite area. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it's not my favorite area. I remember I lived in Tukwila, and like I said, that was like 5 minutes away. And I remember coming back from, I used to work at Nordstrom, coming off the light rail from Nordstrom in Tukwila, and literally there was like several SWAT cars. There was a guy just in a puddle of blood on the ground, and I was like, oh my God, where do I live? Like, it was really scary, and there were ambulances there, so it can definitely be a little bit rougher on that side of town. So yeah, just be a little careful. Hey, okay, we got some more people. Okay, so I have about 5 more minutes on here. Please block that guy with inappropriate picture. Oh no. Did somebody post an inappropriate picture? Get out of here. Okay, how do I do this? Hide user from this channel. Done. Okay, was it Lolo Weed? They had a lot of messages. Okay, deleted him. He can be done with our chat. We don't need any dirty pictures here. Okay, so I blocked him. Okay, I have a couple more questions from Instagram that I need to answer because people DM'd me. So let me find those. How has everybody's day been? Where are you guys messaging me from? I'm super curious to know where y'all like live, what state, what's country. Let's see. Okay, we got a big question. Okay. Hi, Rachel. I had a question on your video this week. I'm considering moving to Seattle from the East Coast, but I'm worried about not knowing anyone / making friends. Any advice on the best way to meet people? I'm concerned about not being able to make close friends easily with the Seattle freeze. I feel like meeting people is one thing, but actually having acquaintances turning into close friendships seems like it could be challenging in a city like Seattle. So she's spot on with that. It is super hard to make friends here. We got Edmonds, Henderson, Kenmore, cool. It is really hard to make friends here, and honestly, it takes time, and people don't like to wait around. That's the issue, right? People don't like to wait 2 or 3 years to make friends. But honestly, it takes a long time in Seattle to make friends. It's not just like, oh, I'm going to make like a new friend in a week or a month. Like, that's just not how Seattle works. Sure, for some people it does. But on average, I would say it takes a couple of years to make friends. And honestly, if you work somewhere and you might make friends through that. But other than, really working with people, if you're coming here solo, it can take a minute to make friends. So know that going into it, because I think a lot of people get very discouraged when like the year mark comes and they're like, Jesus, I've been here for a year and I haven't made any friends. Like, I hate this city. But it literally, it takes a couple years to make friends, and that sucks, but it's just the way it is. At least that's kind of what I'm figuring out. Some people have really great experiences and they make friends right away, and some people don't. But you gotta be patient with Seattle. I don't have any friends anyway. Jamaica, so we got Jamaica, Texas, Kenmore, Nevada. Ooh, I want to go to Nevada so bad. Edmonds, cool. Yesterday I saw my first cougar in the mountains. Have you ever seen any wildlife yet? Ooh, you saw a cougar? So cool. Let's see. I haven't really seen any wildlife in Seattle. There's this bird, I forget what they're called. They're really tiny, but you can just like hold your hand out and it'll come sit on it. So I've experienced that. That was really cool. And then like deer, like just coming up and like saying hey to your window. That was really cool. Oh, we got some more Washington people. Lacey, we got New York City. That's right. Everett, both my aunts live in Seattle. Okay, cool. So Jamaica and Seattle. And then, yep, Bellevue, super cool. Let me see if I have any more questions, but other than that, I probably should wrap this up because I have to meet somebody for this concert that honestly I'm like nervous to go to because I don't know a lot of their music, and I don't like going into concerts without any knowledge. It doesn't feel good. Let's see. I thought I had a couple more. Sometimes I get lost. How do you like Cap Hill so far? Where did you find a job at first? I love Cap Hill. Cap Hill's a blast. It's close to everything, and it's close to a lot of music venues, which I like. And the food's really good. It's a fun place to be. So I really like Cap Hill. It's definitely worth the experience. And where did you find a job? So this is weird. I found my first job. I think I applied at Nordstrom. Like that's just where I found it. Didn't love it. Like it was a tough place to work. But then after that, I do like graphic design work now, and I found that actually through Craigslist, which was just like the gods looking down on me, and they're like, "We need to get you a job." So thank God that one worked out. So Craigslist can be like a very good place, but also like you gotta just be careful with those things, right? Um, yes. Who are you gonna see at concert? Oh, I'm seeing X Ambassadors. I'm not super familiar with their music, but I know like their hits, and the guy is like kind of cute. So I'm excited. It should be a good time. But I also have to work tomorrow morning. It always feels a little weird seeing music on a Sunday. And I have another concert tomorrow, which I'm like, why did I do this to myself? Like I like going to concerts, but I also really need to get a video for you guys because that's what I want to do. So can you guys hear that? Frank is like, let me grab him. Come on, bud. Come on. He gets very, very, very lonely if I come out there. So he's in here. Oh, it's so good, isn't it, Allie? Like it's just, is it Ollie or Allie? I feel like I always call you typed not written. It's so good. It's so good. It's literally, it was playing in the back and I just had to shut it off. Referring to Childish Gambino, he just dropped a song and it's so good. It's so political. He's so amazing. There's nothing he can't do. Yeah, so we're at 31. I probably should shut down because I feel like I'm boring people. I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming on here and like asking me questions and like just having a conversation. Like it means more than you guys probably ever know. So I really, really, really appreciate it. And I'm hoping to do more of these and new videos Mondays and Fridays. And if, maybe some lives in between. Yeah, that's kind of all I have for you guys. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I love chit-chatting with you guys. And yeah, I will see you guys very soon. Okay.